Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. So tonight we're back with the battle of the groups, or the team versus team, however you want to call it. So we've got a few different sim racing groups joined, and they are all battling it out to see who's the best of the best. We've had 2 weeks of sort of pre-qualifying, if you like, setting the lobbies up for tonight. So let's just turn that on. So I'm not too sure, these are last week's points. It doesn't really give you any idea of who's in which lobby tonight, but points on screen. I won't go through all of that. A couple of incidents to read out this week. Wendigo round one, week 2 last week. Picked up a penalty for causing a collision with Hirakram. He loses 3 places. We've got Tamiois. He's picked himself up a penalty for, what's that say? Putted Pajonski off the track, but waited. He did wait, so he loses 1 place. And then Timosius again. Ooh, he's getting told off. Caused contact with Dalton, so he loses 3 places for that one as well. Oh, what a kick. So tonight we are at Nurburgring GP circuit. We've got a little bit of qualifying, which is just... Oh, have they? Do you want to wait or change? So I think we're just waiting for one more driver. Hirakram is supposed to be here at about 10 past. He's a little bit late, unfortunately. So we might have to just hang about for him until he gets in the lobby. So it might be a few minutes delayed. So tonight, again, Nurburgring. We've got 2 races. Racing softs have to be used. Tyre wear is on ×1. Fuel is on ×1 as well. So not too much to take into consideration. So race 1 is early morning, and it's RO4, if anyone knows what that is. I don't know. It does look a bit damp out on track at the minute. And then race 2, reverse grid. And then we hit SO2. Again, no idea. I need to learn these because I've no idea what any of that means. I need a little list so I can tell you what the weather's going to be like. But it does look like it's going to be raining today. So that should make it a little bit more fun here at Nurburgring. We're in the rear-wheel drive Mercedes SLS GT3 car, full rear-wheel drive. Great fun in the wet. So just before we get in the lobby, t-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. There they are. Not many of the t-shirts left, but still got plenty of stickers if you want any of those. Hit me up. Right, into the lobby then. Let me turn the sound on because I don't want to forget. Turn that nonsense off because I don't need to look at any of that. So in the lobby tonight we have, again, I think we're still waiting on Hirakram. Let's just see what's happening in the chat. I think everyone's waiting. I think we're all waiting. Everyone's happy to wait for Hirakram, so that looks like what's going to happen. So we have got Wendigo in the room. We've got GTP Toby, Timosius. There he is, the criminal. We have got EKS Battersby, who's just shifted himself up into 2nd position. We've got Fabuki in the room. We've got Madman Marcus, DMK Chalky 12. We've got Pleasure Craft. We've got P1 Manny Af in the Mercedes as well. P1 Mocking Weeks also in the room. Monkey Man Macho LT. Rob S and Hoppity Hop in the room. And again, we're just waiting for Hirakram. So should have 14 drivers in the lobby. Again, we are just waiting for him, so as and when he turns up, we'll kick off for a bit of qualifying. I think most people are out on track now anyway, having a bit of a practice, and why not? Why wouldn't you? Right, let's get ourselves in. Let's do a bit of a lap on board with Monkey Man Macho. So down towards turn 1, you can see the dry line still appearing. Again, this is just a little bit of a practice session prior to qualifying. We are waiting for one driver still. So into the Mercedes arena then. Again, just got to be careful. You don't want to stamp the throttle too hard on these Mercedes and just lift that rear, get it spinning round. So you will see drivers running off to the left there. You don't pick up a penalty for running all four wheels off the circuit on that particular part of the track. So you will see drivers stretching the limits just there, but everywhere else on circuit you will pick up a penalty with all four wheels off the track. So down towards, almost running wide there for Monkey Man Macho, down towards the hairpin at the bottom of the hill then. Oh, someone just driven themselves off circuit at the bottom. So Chalky just running himself a little bit too quick in there. So up towards these S's, again able to carry a lot of speed through here, use an awful lot of curb, try and keep that as straight as possible through here. And fire up to this almost 90-degree left-hander. Somebody's already taken the cones out for us. Another almost 90 right coming up here down the hill. Wheel on the gravel there as well. Right hander coming up, little kink, and then up the hill towards the chicane. Again, you will see drivers vying for position as they run up this hill, trying to get the squeeze on the drivers in front as they hit this chicane. Again, easy to get it wrong. You can see the Mercedes just trying to let go through there for Monkey Man Macho. Into the final corner then. To this start finish straight, actually keep it in a straight line there for Monkey Man Macho. There is a lap of Nurburgring GP, sticks himself at the front of the grid, but again this is not actual qualifying because we are still waiting for Hirokram. Mercedes then looking good. It's a very popular car in the GT3 leagues. That's what I was doing. I was trying to get a look at liveries on these. Himself in the pits. Monkey Man Macho we've just been on board with, driving for Team LRC. There's Madman Larkus Club 100 Evo, he's racing for tonight. GTP Toby also in the Club 100 livery. Battersby in the Club 100 livery, so three drivers from the Club 100 in here tonight. Manny in the We Are Driven liveried Mercedes. My name's smashed down the door, thank you. Another LRC car from Wendigo. Chalky driving for DSC Racing Team, yellow and a red. We won't be able to see anyone else's livery because they're all in the pits, unfortunately. Can only give you internal car view if they're in the pits. Chalky, he's backwards. Thing in the wall, just picking up a little bit of damage at the front there. So yeah, with this bit of rain it'll be interesting to see what people are doing in terms of tyres. I've seen a few drivers out on intermediates. Anybody racing softs on for Battersby, he's not messing about. Again, there is a bit of a dry line, so as long as you can stick to that. Obviously, you're having to try and make overtakes and get yourself onto the wet line, it could end up tragically for you. Again, to anyone just joining, we are just waiting for Hirokram to join this lobby. He's a little bit late. And then we'll get to round 3, or week 3, round 2 as it actually is. So we've had 2 weeks already, and they were the sort of qualifying setup rounds, if you like, to get everyone into the lobbies for the last 2 weeks of racing. So I think we've got the fastest drivers in this lobby with myself, and then the best of the rest over there with Pilgrim Racing on YouTube as well. So if you're looking for the drivers that aren't in this lobby, that's where you'll find them. Pilgrim Racing. Alright, that's enough of you, Chalky. Tomosius, proper criminal. Picked up penalties from last week and he's got a 3-second penalty right now. Breaking the law, Tomosius. Wet now. Again, don't know what the weather's going to be like during the races. Might totally change between now and then. hopefully through there for Timosius. Yeah, you can just see that dry line straight in the centre of the track. Great big puddles either side, really. And if the rain comes down, you better hope you're not on slicks, that's for sure. Again, most drivers out on the intermediate tyres from what I can see, except the maniac Battersby, who's pressing on the racing softs. Purple sectors as well by a second. Might be the way to go here. Again, we are still waiting for Hirokram to join this lobby. Okay, 2 minute shout. Have we got Hirokram yet? I can't see him. No. Not yet, anyway. Madman Marcus then securing his top spot. Again, not that this is qualifying. We are still waiting for Hirokram. He is fastest man on track at the minute on the intermediates. So what has... where's he gone? Battersby. Still got the racing softs on at the minute while he's sitting in the pits. That might all change when he comes out on track, especially if he realises his lap times aren't as quick as the inters. Again, does he know something we don't in terms of you know, the race weather settings? Does he know when the rain's coming in? Does he know it's only going to be brief? Will he risk it for a biscuit for softs? Again, might be slow at the start, but if once it dries out, if he can get the power down and he's not tangled up in traffic, ooh, Rob S, and not tangled up in traffic, then yeah, might be able to make good use of those softs. Rob S just risking the softs as well. Okay, Hirokram's just come online. Hopefully he's already done the update, which I'd forgotten about today, to be honest. Luckily it was very quick, so I managed to get on time tonight, but sometimes I forget about the updates and they can take ages, and it causes me to be a little bit late, unfortunately. So obviously I don't go on every night. I'm not practicing in the lobbies like you boys. Waiting on Hirokram then, and then we'll crack on with qualifying. Again, if you're looking for drivers that aren't in this lobby, you'll be looking for them over in Pilgrim Racing's channel on YouTube. There's a few drivers in this lobby from the NRC team as well. Timosius, Wendigo, Monkey Man. 2 teams of 3 in here then. We've got the LRC team, and there's 3 Club 100 drivers as well. These boys. Toby, is it Battersby? I can't see his livery. It is Battersby, and I think Madman Marcus as well, is it? Yes, I think it is. Hirokram has just joined the room. Any second then, people. Get qualifying underway. Now that Hirokram's in. And crack on with week 3 of the Battle of the Groups. I'm fine, thank you very much, DSC Broadcasting. I am very well, thank you. Come on then, Hirokram. Get yourself on this circuit. Still not quite in here yet. Again, the second he's in, we'll crack on with qualifying. Again, 2 races here tonight in these GT3 Mercedes. Tricky if it's raining. Let's ooh, great big chunk of curb there for Madman Marcus. Manages to just about keep it pointing in a straight line. So what are you on actually? What are you on in terms of tyres? On the Inters. So still half a second faster than anybody else at the minute, Madman Marcus. Come on, Heroes. A little bit deep into turn 1 there for Madman Marcus. Okay, then Hirogram in the room. The good luck shout being thrown out in the chat. Can only mean one thing. We're about ready for lights out. Well, for qualifying. For qualifying. There it is. You can always tell because the driver will just start driving straight for half a second before the lobby changes. Everybody on the Inters, are they? Oh, we've still got Madman Macho's out on the soft. He's risking it for a biscuit. But everybody else out on the Inters. Except Hirokram, who's not left the pits yet. Hopefully he's... Chalky's just left the pits as well. No revving from Hirokram, so doesn't look like he's trying to leave the pits just yet. So it does show Madman Marcus as P1, but that'll all change. They're just got to be careful at the start of quality that they don't end up wiping each other out while they're so close together. Who's in for DSC? Who was in for DSC? It was... Come on, where are you? Chalky, there he is. A great big yellow and red monster flying round. I think it's just Chalky in this lobby. So a slow flick through. Nobody else in that red and yellow livery, unfortunately. Wobble on for Battersby. So he's back on the Inters then for qualifying. The wipers are on. So raining a little bit here then. See no dry line on circuit just yet. Again, as qualifying progresses, that will start showing up. But for the time being, can't risk those softs. No problem DSC, no problem at all. On to the start and finish straight then. Right, time to start these hot laps. Out laps done. What sort of times are we looking at then? That is being down towards turn 1. On that soft tyre, let me just see what you're doing in terms of positions, control. Are you backwards? Are you at the back? Oh no, everybody's gone for the softs then for qualifying. Do we see Hirokram out on track? Yeah, Hirokram's back out on track. Okay, everybody racing then, good. It's Battersby, the first driver we're going to see cross the line. Someone remind me, is it 10-minute qualifying? Or is it 15-minute qualifying? Through the hairpin cleanly then for EKS Battersby. Again, just taking it nice and cautiously around these corners for the moment, just while we push a bit of that water off. So again, still no dry line showing up just yet. On still for Battersby. Full power then down the hill, carrying as much speed as possible back up towards this chicane. Hopefully getting your braking points rate right as well. Oh, look at it, yeah, it's absolutely teaming it down now. You can hear the rain. Hard on the brakes into the hairpin, sorry, the chicane. Yeah, you can see the rain coming down now. Everybody opting for those Inters, good choice. The softs you would have been backwards already, I think. So Battersby then round this final corner. Let's see what sort of time he puts in. If he gets away with that. He does. Sticks in a 2:06.8 then for EKS Battersby. Mocking Weeks comes through. Oh, Timosius comes through and pips that one up in. Madman Marcus now comes through, takes pole. 2:05.994 for Marcus. Still got a driver, just gone through the hairpin, so one more driver left across the line. Sorry, two more drivers left across the line. And it is currently Madman Marcus on pole. Again, just struggling. You can see, difficult to get the power down in this Mercedes, even with the intermediate tyres on in the wet. Anybody opt for the full softs? Full wets, sorry, not full softs. You go full softs now. You're in a world of hurt. Hirokram goes across the line then. Doesn't show up on my timing screen on the left, so he's 9th or below currently. It is still Madman Marcus on that pole, sitting lap of a 2:05.994. Toby's pretty close. Timosius picked himself up there as well, so did Mocking Weeks, but Madman Marcus came through and just went, nope, I'm having that. So that is everybody across the line for the first hot lap. Oof, Marcus pushing it. Oh, Marcus pushing it. He's absolutely pushing it. Oh, we've got a driver backwards there as well. Might well have been Hirokram actually. Tail of these Mercedes, you can just see that different coloured line starting to appear on circuit. Still not quite dry enough to stick a full hammer down. You can see Madman Marcus's Mercedes still a little bit twitchy on the rear, just catching those little wet spots. But you can just start to see that dry line slowly appearing. Will it appear enough? Well, it's still raining, so it's going to stay wet. If it wasn't raining, that would dry out a lot quicker, obviously give them a lot more grip, but as it stands they are struggling to keep these things pointing in a straight line at the minute. Back across the line then, Rob S has come in the pits. I wonder if he's going to opt for a set of wet tyres. Has he reset himself to the pits? No, he's not coming back out. Okay. So it is Madman Marcus still on the top spot then. Toby's in second position. Timosius in third. P1 Mocking Weeks in fourth. Wendigo in fifth. We've got Robes in sixth, but currently in the pits. We've got EKS Battersby in seventh. Monkey Man Macho in eighth. Fubuki ninth on the grid so far. Pleasurecraft in 10th. DMK Chalky in 11th. Almost getting a little bit tangled up with Fubuki there. Hirokram in 12th. We've got Manny in 13th at the minute. Nobody been able to unsee this man yet. Maybe a little bit deep into the hairpin for Marcus. Maybe not. Maybe that was the line he chose. I don't know. Rob S staying in the pits then, not coming out for a few more practice laps. So 8 minutes into qualifying, Marcus still on that top spot. Oof, Toby getting a twitch on. Timosius in third position. Let's see what it's like. Oh, we've got a driver parked on track. Unsettles the cars going through this chicane. You've got to get it right as well. If you don't get the first corner right, it really screws you up for your line into the second, and it's just becomes a ridiculously slow corner, unfortunately. But still, Madman Marcus. Everybody on the inters, nobody opting for the full wets. There's that dry line really starting to show up now. he make use of it? That's the question. They're still a little bit slidey, as you can see. Still kicking up an awful lot of spray off these tyres as well. Just slotted himself in front of Rob S, who's still in the pits for some bizarre reason. Hopefully it's not a glitch out. He's able to get himself back on track. Toby still second then. Almost gets it wrong through there. Tomosi is still third. Kind of as we were then. It's only really Hirokram that's shifted about. Mokiweek still fourth. Wendigo fifth. Hirokram in sixth. Got Rob S in seventh. Battersby in eighth. Monkey Man Macho ninth. We've got Fabuki in 10th. Pleasurecraft 11th. Chalky 12th and Manny 13th currently. So 10-minute qualifying then. This is a final lap. So they do get to complete this one. So it's now or never for all of these drivers to try and get a good lap time in. Unfortunately, that's it for Rob S. Obviously, if he leaves the pits, he'll only get this out lap before he crosses the line. So that's his qualifying done and dusted. So we'll see. Will anybody else be able to push Rob S down? Can Madman Marcus hold on to this pole? Just coming up to this final corner now. Last lap of qualifying. What's it going to be, Madman? 2:05.8. Goes a little bit quicker then. Toby up to the line. Stays second. Timosius not up there just yet. Just a driver in front of him as well. Can't see who that is. Fabuki that's just crossed the line. Oh, okay, sneaky Fabuki right at the end of qualifying has slotted himself into second right behind Madman Marcus. Pushes Toby down to third position. Timosius has taken fourth position. Rockin' Weeks has a sixth. Wendigo seventh. Rob S in eighth. Battersby in ninth. Monkey Man Macho in 10th currently. Still out on a hot lap though. Just Battersby and Monkey Man Macho out on hot laps. Yeah, Pleasurecraft's pulled over. What can Battersby do? Can he get himself up the order? In 9th at the minute. He goes into 5th. What about Monkey Man Macho? Where's he going to slot in? Well, he goes 4th as well. Drivers shifting all over the place. Hirokram right at the end of qualifying. I didn't see that. Sneaky Hirokram. Look. Sneak. A sneak, almost a second quicker than Madman Marcus right at the end. 2:04.6 comes in right at the end to snaggle that qualifying. Mr. Hepburn, evening brother. Yeah, he's coming to snuff that pole position off of Madman Marcus. I bet he thought he'd got that all sealed up as well. Unfortunately, he didn't do it. So Hirokram is on pole, Madman Marcus second, Fabuki third, Monkey Man Macho fourth. GTP Toby in 5th, EKS Battersby 6th, Timosius in 7th, P1 Mocking Weeks in 8th, got Wendigo in 9th, P1 Rob S in 10th, Pleasurecraft 11th, Manny in 12th, and DMK Chalky in 13th. Turn it up, Chalky 12, turn it up. Right, here we go then. Race 1 just about to get underway. Nearly missed it, didn't I? Half an hour race here then at Nurburgring. The lights go out, drivers vie for position. Doesn't look too bad out on circuit. I can't see wipers going at the minute. There is a bit of spray on track. Hirokram then defends into turn 1. Fabuki looking to go around the outside. Monkey Man Macho inside of Madman Marcus. Madman might be able to hold on to that. No, he's backed off. Monkey Man takes second then. Still pushing hard. KS Battersby in 4th. Toby round the outside for 5th. Fabuki in 6th position. Mocking Week 7th. Timosius in 8th. Rob S in 9th. Wendigo in 10th. Pleasurecraft 11th. Chalky in 12th. And Manny in 13th. Up front then, Hirokram leads. Mercedes nearly sideways of Madman Marcus in 3rd. Managed to keep that pointing in a straight line, but could put himself under pressure from EKS Battersby. He defends well though, holds on to it. Huracram then, still a bit twitchy. Just waiting for this dry line to appear. Again, we'll slowly flick through the drivers, we'll see what sort of tyres they're on. Once they start to break apart, Huracram then breaks himself away, half a second gap. Top 5 then have pulled a bit of a gap. So it is Huracram being hunted down by Monkey Man Macho LT in second. Almost a second gap back to Madman Marcus in third position. Battersby in fourth. Right behind him is GTP Toby. A little bit of a gap then back to Fubuki in sixth. 1.1 seconds back to him. Another 1.3 back to Mocking Weeks in seventh. He's got Rob right behind him. Half a second back in eighth. Closely chased by Timosius in 9th, Wendigo in 10th, Pleasurecraft 11th, Chalky in 12th and Manny in 13th. Now then, Huracram, can he defend from Monkey Man Macho down towards turn 1? Heels over to that right hand side, back over to the racing line. Monkey Man, oh, a little bit of contact between the two. Monkey Man slows down, gives Huracram the place back. That allows Madman Marcus to get back involved in this fight. There was a little bit of gap between those two. And it's all closed back over Madman Marcus in the fight, as well as EKS Battersby, GTP Toby closing up on this pack as well. A little bit sideways out of the Mercedes arena for Toby, but he's held on to it. Aiden's being called a hooer. In 6th then, 1.2 seconds back from Toby, not able to gain an advantage. All slowing down through turn 1. Again, Rocky Weeds trying to close that gap up, being chased pretty closely by P1 Rob S. So everybody on the intermediate tyres then at the minute. Again, tyre wear is only on ×1, so there shouldn't be too much. Too much in terms of wear. Again, if it dries out, these intermediates will start to show a fair chunk of wear. Manny gets a wobble on through the hairpin. Again, holds on to it, but that drops him back a little bit. 1.7 seconds now. But Huracram still holding on to the lead. Nobody made a move on him yet. Really quick coming out of that corner. Will he have a stab at Huracram going up towards the hairpin? Maybe a little bit too far back, 0.4 of a second. There's a bit of rain. So, ooh, a little bit slow through there for Huracram. Monkey Man Macho comes through. He sneaks to take that top spot off of him. Again, just getting caught out in the wet there a little bit. Huracram on the run up to the chicane. But he's all over the back of Madman. Monkey Man Macho. Monkey Man looking to go defensive. Are we going to see Huracram try and slip one past him? Thought about throwing one back up the inside, but backed out. Can he get the run on the exit or on the inside? But both drivers going to get a bit of a slip on here with the weather. Monkey Man Macho just holds on to it. Then has to hold on to second. He's being harassed by Battersby at the minute. Marcus gets a wobble on. Everybody's still getting a wobble on around some of these corners. Marcus all over the back of Battersby looking for a move. You can hear the rain on these Mercedes now then. Unfortunately for Huracram, having these drivers quite so close is going to affect his race. Chasing down Monkey Man Macho. Just got to be careful they don't let him escape. He's almost it was about 0.8 of a second. He's gone deep into the hairpin. Has that cost him? Slammed the brakes on through there. Everybody's struggling to get traction. Look at the gap that Huracram has built just through that hairpin alone. You can see the spray being kicked up. Everybody's still on track though. Nobody's spun it into the gravel just yet. There it is, Monkey Man Macho, 1.2 seconds lead. Team LRC then finding the grip here. Huracram in second, Battersby third, Madman Marcus in fourth position, Toby in fifth. Buki now right behind him in 6th, dragging Mocky Weeks along for the fun as well. A little bit of a gap back to Timosius in 8th, second behind Mocky Weeks. He's managed to get himself past Rob S though. Oh, sorry, has he? Or is it Mocky Weeks got himself past Timosius? I think it's Mocky Weeks got past Timosius. Could be wrong. Wendigo in 10th then. Pleasurecraft in 11th, Chalky 12th, Manny still 13th, but they are still pretty tightly packed all on this run out of the start finish straight all at the same time. So not too much time, 8.9 seconds between the whole field. Monkey Man Macho gets a wobble on through turn 1. Again, the rain just going to catch people out. 100 boys, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Yeah, not doing too bad. Oh, sorry, I think it's 3rd. Yeah, 3rd, 4th and 5th. There they are, GTP Toby looking for all the points. They have got a big pile of drivers behind them though, looking to take those points off of them. Fubuki, Mocky Weeks, Timosius, P1 Rob. Oh, Mocky Weeks having a look at Fubuki down towards this tricky right-hander. Can't run around the outside through there, but tried his hardest. Timosius had a look at the inside of Mocky Weeks as well. That could have ended badly for the pair of them. Everybody vying for position then still. Mocky Weeks having to go defensive into the hairpin, battling with Timosius through there. Mocky Weeks just again holds onto it. Timosius looking to push past it on the way into the S's. Nowhere to go through here either. Hanging on to Toby. Madman Marcus is still there in 4th. Everybody's still hanging on to Madman Macho. Monkey Man Macho, he's not managed to disappear down the track just yet. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but yeah, you're right. Through that chicane, everybody getting a bit of a wobble on the exit of that one. You can't help yourself on those curves. Still very close together. Nobody been able to escape yet. We are going to see them again. Lap 4, all on the same bit of circuit. That's good to see. But it is Monkey Man Macho holding it at the minute. Madman Marcus. You can see just running a little bit wide through turn 1. Rear end on these things steps out. There's a bit of a gap grown then between Marcus and Battersby, just through that little bit of drifter-tron through turn 1. Toby falls off the back as well. And again, he's got a mirror full of Fubuki and Mocky Weeks to contend with as well, so that might just affect his full race speed, chasing down the drivers in front. Here you can see 1.7 seconds starting to creep up. He's spending too much time looking in his rearview mirror, concentrating on the drivers in front, and you know, rightly so as well. You don't want to forget those drivers behind and have them to shoot their way past down into this hairpin, for instance. But yes, he will lose time. Heracram loses another place. Monkey Man Macho is slow out of the hairpin as well. We're too wide through the S's. This could be dangerous here, but Monkey Man Macho just squeezes his way back to the front. Battersby then into 2nd position. Now looking for another way past Monkey Man Macho. Side by side still. Heracram slings one up the inside of Battersby. Gets that 2nd position back. Madman Marcus has a look as well. Still a bit of fisticuffs here then at the front. All this is going to do is slow them down and allow everybody else to catch up. Great, that's what we want. Big piles of drivers firing themselves into corners. So back to how we were then. Macho in front, Heracram 2nd, Battersby 3rd, Madman Marcus 4th. Oh, who's that off? Someone's on Mocky Weeks off track. He loses a few positions, he's down to 9th. Not sure what happened there, whether he got it wrong through the chicane. There's no damage on his car, doesn't look like he was made contact with, but you never can tell. drives himself over to the wet line of the circuit, tries to drop the toe for Pleasurecraft, keep those tyres cool as well. But yeah, loses a couple of positions there, Mockin. So only he'll know what happened. Oh, he's gone deep into turn 1 and he's spun it backwards as well, Mockin. Not quite backwards, but almost. Down to 11th. He's got Manny and Chalky closing up on as well. Manny goes through. Chalky's not too far off now, 1.2 seconds. A little bit of front end damage on for Chalky as well. Repaired itself now, so maybe getting turn 1 a little bit wrong. And the top 4 still absolutely bumper to bumper here. Let me get myself on board with Mr. Marcus. So he's at the back of this little quadrant of Mercedes, headed down towards this hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Again, dry line starting to appear, but it's not so good on the dry. You need a little bit of wet to keep them cool, otherwise they just overheat and start to wear out pretty quickly. So you might see drivers looking for wet lines later on in the race. Yeah, I think they will, Jay. I mean, tyre wear's only at times 1, but we all know the Inters don't like the dry conditions too much. So yeah, I think we'll see. Again, it depends how much wear we're starting to see. I mean, we're 12 and a half minutes in. There's hardly anything showing on the Inters at the minute, so they might be okay. Again, there are still little pockets of wet on track. Marcus getting a wobble on. So I don't think the tyre wear's on enough to warrant using the the wet parts of the circuit. Well, not yet anyway. If it was an hour-long race, I might have my mind changed. But as it stands, I don't think they're going to have to do anything like that. So Marcus then on the hunt, chasing Hirokram. Battersby's back up into second, slams on the brakes, tries to outbrake, almost gets it wrong and takes out second position. Battersby goes very deep into turn 1. Oh! Hirokram is doing pirouettes, gets turn 1 all wrong through there, hits that wet line, and there you go. Oh, deep in there for Madman Marcus as well. Toby starting to close back up on these 3 up front, starting to stretch out as well, these 3. Let's change that view up. So Monkey Man Macho now up front with just about a second gap over Battersby. Battersby got 1.3 over Madman Marcus. Marcus has got another 1.2 over Toby. Fubuki's now up into 5th. Wendigo 6th. Rob S 7th. Hirokram back on circuit but in 8th position. Pleasurecraft 9th. Mosius in 10th. Manny in 11th. Chalky 12th. Unfortunately, Rocky Weeks all the way down in 13th position. He's not had a good last few laps, to be honest. The lead coming back down then. It was a second, it's just dropped to 0.6 of a second. Back in tow range then for Battersby, keeping himself in touch with that front runner. Madman Marcus unfortunately won't be getting a tow off of the 2 drivers in front. Toby won't be gaining off a tow either up here. So we might start to see the top 2 stretch a bit of a gap now. We'll see. Again, only going to take a slight mistake. And as you've seen, Hirokram backwards already through turn 1. This is as easy as that. Doesn't matter how much you try and control it. Once the rear ends on these things are gone, it's very difficult to get them back. So still hunting down, still bringing that gap down. Marcus has actually closed that gap down a little bit, taking a couple of tenths out of Battersby. Toby still 1.2 seconds back from him though. Fubuki another 4.1 back in 5th. Wendigo 6, 1.3 back. Hirokram up into 7th. 0.4 of a second back, so he's got himself past Pleasurecraft then. Pleasurecraft in 8th. Mosius in 9th. 0.7 back. Manny in 10th. 3.1 back. Rob S in 11th. 2.5 back. Mocking Weeks has made a position. He's into 12th. 1.4 back from Rob S, and Chalky's managed to get it wrong somewhere. He's now at the back of the pack, 3.7 seconds down as well. Oh, wet lines. Got to be careful, Chalky. You'll have that thing backwards before you know it. Marcus is on a pad, is he? Fair. He's not doing too bad then, considering. Oh yeah, I can see it now. I can see it. Little jinky jinks rather than nice, smooth. Yeah, fair enough. Keeping up with those top twos. Close that gap back down as well. Top three all starting to get back together then. Where's Toby? He's falling a bit further back, unfortunately. He's 1.8 seconds back. But he is currently holding fastest lap. 204.022. Looks like Hirokram is not using traction control. ABS. Maybe he's not. I know a lot of the drivers who race in the bigger sort of GT3 leagues, traction control's banned, so yeah, you're not allowed it. So it might just be the fact that he's used to not driving traction control in the wet. It's cost him a little bit though, hasn't it? So Monkey still holding. Oh, I say he's almost got it wrong there. Almost got it wrong. Just managed to gather that thing up, point it in a straight line again. I thought he was backwards through there, but he's still holding the lead at the minute. Battersby hunting him down. Madman Marcus again back in this fight. Top three starting to pull a gap then. 3 seconds over anybody else. To close these gaps back up again. No toe for him. Great big gap behind him now though. 4.9 seconds to Hirokram, who is slowly chopping his way back through this field. What is he? 9.1 seconds away from race leader. It's not out of the realms of possibility. He's got an awful lot of work to do. Fastest sectors though. One behind race leader. Is he closing up on Toby? 4.5 currently. 4.4, 4.3. Staying at 4.4 at the minute. Yeah, he's pressing. He's pressing Hirokram. The rear starting to show a little bit of wear. What are we? 18, nearly 19 minutes in. Should last a full race here again, unless it absolutely dries out, and then they might start seeing them blow out. I don't think Hirokram's closing up as quick as he needs to on Toby. Still 4.2 seconds, so he's taken a 10th out of him so far. There's another one, but he's still 9.2 seconds behind race leader. He was right up there with him in second place as well, Hirokram. Still leads then. Battersby is still second. Madman Marcus has fallen off the back of that fight a little bit. He's now 1.8 seconds back. Struggling a little bit. Again, not so easy in pad. You haven't got quite as much control as you have on a steering wheel. Obviously you're trying to make fine and delicate adjustments on a little tiny D-pad or a little tiny analog stick versus great big steering wheel and pedals that some of these guys have got. You can put, infinitely small inputs into it, pedal wise, brakes, accelerator, steering, that sort of stuff. Compared to a pad, it is so much easier. But I will say, Madman Marcus doing a bloody good job at the minute. These two starting to close back up. Battersby then just 1/4 of a second behind Monkey Man. Piling that pressure on. Coming up to one of the faster parts of the circuit as well. Gets a good run down there. All over the back of Monkey Man as we head down this hill then. Through the little right hand kick. Back up the hill towards the chicane. Goes for the move on him. Side by side up the hill. Goes for the swap of position, but it doesn't work out. Almost side by side. Monkey Man getting a bit of a jump through there as well. Holds on to the lead. Pressing hard though, Battersby, looking for that top spot. 21 minutes into race one, 9 minutes remaining. was it a 20-minute race? I thought it was a 30-minute race. Alright. That shows what I know, doesn't it? So, Monkey Man then taking the win. Battersby taking second. Madman Marcus taking third. GTP Toby fourth. Herocram takes fifth. Fabuki takes sixth. Wendigo takes seventh. Pleasurecraft takes eighth. Timosius ninth. Manny takes 10th. Mocking Weeks takes 11th. Rob S takes 12th. And Chalky comes home in 11th. Yeah, I thought they were half an hour races. Nobody told me they were 20-minute races this week. Were they meant to be 20-minute races? Oh, okay. Okay, 2 times 20-minute races. Thank you, Jay. Okay, why's that format changed? Any idea? Any idea why that's changed? But yeah, good bit of racing between Monkey Man Macho and Battersby. Tried really hard right at the end to get in front, but what just wasn't to be. Again, Toby piling the pressure on Herocram for a few laps until he decided to throw it in the bin. Madman Marcus wasn't there for a while as well. Let's just have a look at official results then. So Monkey Man Macho LT taking the win in race 1 here tonight. EKS Battersby second, Madman Marcus in third, Toby in fourth, Herocram fifth. So not a bad comeback, to be honest. I'll give you that, Herocram. Fabuki in sixth, Wendigo seventh, Pleasurecraft in eighth, Timosius in ninth, Manny in 10th, Mocking Weeks in 11th, Rob S in 12th, and Chalky in 13th. Yeah, Mocking Weeks getting sent off track as well, I think. I'm not too sure. It might have been all his own doing, but yeah, unfortunately, from having a bit of a punch-up up front, he ended up all the way at the back of the pack. Ooh, look at the weather now. I bet they're not on inters now. You better not be, you maniacs. Racing soft, that's what we like to see. So lap times will obviously come down. There'll be a lot less spinning around, that's for sure. Amazing how quick the weather can change here, isn't it? Driving for Team MRC then. What does it say on the side of your car? I need to see that. Crazy Brit Racing. Well, there you go. Yep. The green bit just underneath his mirrors. Crazy Brit Racing. That's what that says. Fabuki. What's he got on the rear spoiler? Grow. What does that say? Is it Crowd Strike? Yeah, that's what it says. So did Toby hold on to that fastest lap for that race? Points for fastest lap of pole, I think we do. DSC Chalky. Your livery's matte, isn't it? Yes, it is. Matte livery, no shine on there. Interesting. Looks chalky. That's what it looks like. It looks chalky. How about that? Come on, get the right view, you donut. Yeah, here are Cram and Toby having a punch up in this little practice session. Carries so much more speed through these chicanes and the hairpins, and lap times will certainly come down. What do we see? A 204 something from Toby? Is it 204.5 or something? out laps to look at the minute. 154s. Yeah, very popular car, the Mercedes, in the GT3 leagues. So it's a good all-rounder. Again, it's quite heavy, it's quite wide, but it is a really good all-rounder. Plenty of power, plenty of grip. Maybe not the fastest car out there, but again, a good all-rounder. It's tricky to get to grips with if you're not used to this game, but I think most cars, especially the rear-wheel drives, especially if you take off traction control and things like that, it does... you have to be really, really sort of easy on the throttle, easy on the brakes. So second race is at 10 o'clock. So it's 3 minutes in well, anybody's time really. Doesn't matter where you are, it's going to be 3 minutes, regardless of what time it says on the clocks. Reverse grid for race 2 as well, I believe. Yes, there we go, just being confirmed in the chat. Hillecram's lagging, is he? Well, he can't be, he's in the pits. Unless people can see him lagging in the pits, but he doesn't look lagging to me. See all the same drivers up the front now it's dry? Will we see a complete reverse? You know, it's a reverse grid anyway, but was it luck that they managed to take the win in race 1 with the wet? I don't think it was. I don't think it was luck at all. Almost getting it wrong through there, Chalky. Oh no, that could be why. Hillecram, unfortunately, playing on PS4. Is he back out on track? Can we see him glitching yet? No, he's still in the pits. Yeah, the PS4s, although there's crossover, there has been issues with the PS4 drivers just being a little bit more laggy and glitchy than the PS5 drivers. They have got better. I mean, at some points the lobbies were absolutely terrible, where cars were jumping 2 or 3 seconds forwards or backwards on track. Couldn't really tell where drivers were. But it has got better. There is still obviously an issue or two. The lobbies are a bit cleaner as well. There's less glitching going around corners. They're still not as smooth as they should be. They're still there you go, jig, 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 jig. You can hear them just around the corners when it should be a nice smooth skid noise, you know, but yeah, that's the wobbly lobbies, as I like to call them. Staying out of the way of turn 1 as he exits the pits. I think we're just about to get race 2 underway here then. Mocking Week's lobby host, he'll be the guy setting it all up. And if he's pulled over at the side of the track then, that means he's looking for his start race button. Probably a little bit of a... There you go. Have a good race. Let's have a clean race. Let's go. That's it. You can tell Mocking was going straight, the guy in the background was going straight. So we are going to see Chalky, sorry for the epileptic flick through, but unfortunately that's what happened. So it is going to be Chalky that leads us away for race 2 then, giving us a flash of his lights. Rob S in second, Mocking Weeks in third, Manny in 4th, Timosius 5th, and Pleasurecraft in 6th. The lights go on then, we wait for these to drop, get race 2 underway. And here we go, everybody getting a good start. Oof, somebody peeling over in the background. Chalky then gets himself over to this right hand side, blocks off any attack for Rob S to have a look up the inside. Goes a little bit deep through there. Rob S has a good run on him up towards the Mercedes arena. Can he run around the outside though? Side by side through the middle part of this Mercedes arena, and he does get through. Rob S then goes through. Mocking Weeks as well finds a sneaky gap. He gets his way through. Rob S into 1st, then Mocking Weeks in 2nd. Already looking for that top spot. Timosius has got himself through into 3rd position. Chalky is getting bullied. He's down to 4th. Mocking Weeks has had to go a little bit defensive. Timosius goes sideways through that corner. Slows Chalky down a little bit. Chalky in 4th, then Manny in 5th, Pleasurecraft 6th, Hillcram 7th, Toby in 8th. We have Madman Marcus in 9th, Fabuki 10th, Wendigo. Oh no, where's Wendigo gone? He's gone. Fabuki in 10th, Madman Macho in 11th. Got Wendigo 12th and Battersby in 13th. Everybody on the racing softs for this second race then. Rob S holds the lead. Half a second over Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks got a mirror full of Timosius into this right hand, almost 90. Gets a good run on Rob S through here. Rob S gets a wobble on through there. Keeps the power down, but it's going to cost him. He slots himself back into the slipstream of Mocking. Mocking now leads then. Rob S is having to go a little bit defensive into the chicane, just blocks off any attack for Timosius to have a look at that 2nd position. Is Mocking in 1st, then Rob S into 2nd, Timosius 3rd, Hillcram in 4th. So he'll be pushing really hard race 2 then, trying to get to the front as early as possible. Already looking for the move on Timosius for that 3rd. Let's get ourselves on board, he's pretty close. Timosius then goes defensive. Rob S, I'm going to have to change view, I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, Timosius pushes his way through into 2nd, then gets past Rob S. Hillcram has a look up the inside of Rob S as well, gets his way through into 3rd then for Hillcram. 4th place for Rob S. Pleasurecraft right behind him. Monkeyman Macho LT. Rob S gets a wobble on in 6th, just at the back of this little train. There are the top 2. Timosius then 0.7 of a second in front of Hillcram. Mocking Weeks 1.2 seconds ahead of Timosius. Can he keep that gap? Push hard early on. Now he's got that clear track in front of him. Try and break away from Timosius and leave everybody else up to their own devices behind. Timosius looking for as much track as possible through there, but it's cost him. He's on the sand. He's got it sideways and he's now into the wall. Big pile of damage on the front. Struggling to get that thing pointing in a straight line now as well. He's got to be careful of cars as he rejoins the track. Toby and Fabuki coming up on him quickly. Stays over to the right hand side and lets them come through. Good bit of driving, Timosius. Knowing they're coming through. Does oh no, no Timosius. Oh, what a shame. Gets a wobble on his dirty tyres. Just catching him out there. We've already lost a driver. We're down to 12 drivers. Who have we lost? I think we've lost Chalky, have we? We have, we've lost Chalky. Hillcram then half a second penalty he's managed to pick up. He's got himself into 2nd position though. Monkeyman Macho falls down to 4th. Mocking Weeks then 1.6 seconds lead at the minute. Hillcram 2nd. He's got to get rid of that penalty. He's got Rob S pretty close behind him as well, so that could cost him that 2nd position. Make up a big chunk of time on Rob S. Might just save him. Monkeyman Macho then 1.6 seconds behind. Oof, he's stretching those track limits as well in 4th. Got to be careful. The last thing you want to do is pick up a penalty and sort of slow down, wreck your own race. He headed it into the barrier. Yes, he did. Look at the gap back to Wendigo then in 5th position, 2.8 seconds, top 4 then. Way up the track from these boys. Pleasurecraft in 6th, Madman Marcus in 7th. Battersby in 8th, Manny in 9th, also with a penalty, just picking up a little bit more of a penalty through there, 1.5 seconds now. Toby in 10th, Fabuki in 11th, and Timosius in 12th position. Yeah, unfortunately we just saw him getting it all wrong, so a bit of work for Timosius to do. What are we, 5 minutes in? So a quarter of the way through race 2, and he's 4.1 seconds behind Fabuki at the back of the pack at the minute. Purple sectors though from Timosius, let's see what he can do. So Mocking Week still leads, Hirakram coming up, just losing his penalty through there. He managed to stay far enough ahead of Rob S not to lose that position. Rob S gets a wobble on. Oh, he keeps it pointing in a straight line. It's going to slow him down a little bit though. Monkey Man Macho closing up on him. He's cut that chicane, just picked up half a second penalty for that. Can he get past Rob S before he has to drop that penalty? Mocking Weeks though has found a bit more time over Hirakram up front. That gap stretched up to 1.6 seconds again. Man Macho gets himself past Rob though. He's going to lose that penalty. Rob needs to hang on to the back of him, get that position back when he loses that penalty. Wendigo breaks away a little bit from Madman Marcus. What's happened to Toby? Toby's in 9th position. He's not being harassed by Fabuki anymore. Fabuki's actually being harassed by Manny as they head down towards this left-hander. Timosius pressing at 2.6 seconds, so he's gained a second and a half on the drivers in front. Fabuki's actually made up a position over Manny. I think Manny had a penalty to lose though, didn't he? Oh, back up front, Mockin's made a mistake. Hirakram is all over the rear end of that Mercedes. Just a quarter of a second in it. Will be going defensive into some of these corners now. He's got to be careful it doesn't just affect his line. Look how much more speed Hirakram carries. Gets a great exit down there as well. Goes for the sweep on Mocking Weeks. Should make this easily, I think. Side by side on the run up the hill, but it is Hirakram who is carrying the speed up towards the chicane. Mocking Weeks can't battle that. He just wasn't carrying enough speed. Hirakram gets through then into top spot. Mocking Weeks now second. Can he hang on to the tail of Hirakram now? Pile of pressure on, get that position back. We'll see. 8 minutes into race 2 here then. Monkey Man Macho 1.7 back in 3rd position. Rob S in 4th. Wendigo in 5th. So he is actually closing up on Rob S. Madman Marcus in 6th, Battersby 7th, Pleasurecraft in 8th, Toby in 9th, Fabuki in 10th, Manny in 11th, and Timosius on his tail now in 12th, just a second behind him. Driving well then, Timosius. So Hirakram still leads. Almost off circuit there. Got himself a second over Mocking Weeks now. Macho Man's gained a little bit of time on Mocking as well. He's got a second gap to him, second place. Top 3 though, great big gap. Oh, Monkey Man, a great big gap back to Rob S now, unfortunately. 3.5 seconds. He's got a bit of breathing room behind. 1.4 seconds, sorry, back to Wendigo in 5th. Just got to keep it nice and calm there, Rob S. And Man Marcus hanging on to the back end of Wendigo. Battersby as well, keeping himself in check, just 1.1 seconds back. We know he's quick. Pleasurecraft in 8th then. The field spread out a little bit more than they were in race 1. Again, reverse grid for this race. So it does make it a little bit trickier for the faster drivers to work their way through the field. Nobody swapping positions. Timosius not been able to take that position off of Manny just yet. Manny's gone deep through the chicane though. Tomosi is all over his rear end as they head up towards this final corner. He gets himself up the inside as well. Yeah, Manny again couldn't defend from that. He carries a lot of speed through there though. Gets that position back off of Timosius on the run down the start-finish straight. Tomosi had got that one sewn up, but obviously not. Trying to run around the outside of Manny though. Can he hold it into the Mercedes arena? He can. Gets that position back off of Manny. Leaves the door open though. Manny gets a wing back up the inside, but it is Timosius that ultimately comes out and takes that 11th position for the time being. Now then, Mocking Weeks has had a terrible, terrible lap. He's dropped himself to 3rd. He's now on the tail of Monkey Man Macho. The gap between Monkey Man Macho and Hirokram now is 2.6 seconds. A little mistake from Mocking then. On to Monkey Man Macho, try and make it a move on him down this long back straight towards the chicane. Not close enough at the minute though, unfortunately. Mocking still half a second behind him. Closes up now, gets that time down a little bit on the exit of that little right-hander. Quarter of a second behind him as they go through this little right-hand kick. Has he got enough speed to carry it up the hill? This time. Oh no, Mocking, he's got the chicane all wrong. That little kick just got him. Oh no, unfortunately rejoining tracks just caused Rob S to stick a handful of steering in. It's got that Mercedes a little bit sideways. It's cost him a position or two as well. Battersby's gone through, Wendigoo's gone through, Madman Marcus has gone through. Mocking Weeks has just managed to hold on to 3rd position though, but he's piled the pressure on himself. Big gaps up to the front too then. 5.6 seconds to Monkey Man Macho in 2nd, and he's got another 3 seconds gap to Hirokram. Hirokram starting to storm away with this one then. 12 minutes into race 2 here. Everybody taking liberties through there. Again, no penalty to be picked up through that corner. Wendigoo's made a mistake. Battersby gets past him. Again, Mocking Weeks won't care. You lot battle it out as much as you want. Just give him a bit of clear air, that's all he'd be thinking. Madman Marcus had a little bit of a look at Wendigoo then as well, but backed out. And Wendigoo to hold on to 5th. Carried a fair bit of speed down the hill though. Is he going to get the move on in Wendigoo into the hairpin? Maybe not quite close enough. Oh, almost outbraked himself. A little bit of a rear end love tap on the back end of Wendigoo. Both drivers keeping it on circuit. S able to take advantage of that. Still a second behind these two. Again, just having a little bit of a wobble as Mocking Weeks was coming onto the track. Just had to put in an extra handful of steering, which caused the rear end of this Mercedes to spin around. He lost 3 places, I think. Toby in 8th then. Got to Faruqi in 9th. Pleasurecraft in 10th. Timosius manages to get past Manny into 11th. And now on the tail of Pleasurecraft, looking for 10th. Manny falls back a little bit, 2.5 seconds off the back of Timosius. Hirokram then, look at the gap between the top 2 and everybody else. 2.6 seconds for Hirokram over Monkey Man Macho. 7.2 over Mocking Weeks. He's still hanging on to this 3rd position. Battersby's all over the rear end of him. For a better run out of this first corner into the Mercedes arena. Doesn't get the job done through there. Still piling the pressure on Mocking Weeks. On board with Mocking Weeks then, looking at the front end of Battersby, chasing him down. There's that Liberty corner there, everyone taking liberties through that one. Battersby then right on the tail of Mocking Weeks through this little left-hander down towards the right. Run down towards the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. 0.3 of a second in between them. Get ourselves on with Battersby then. Chase car looking to get that position off of Mocking Weeks. to do it through there either. Keeps himself in check, but still not in a position to get that position off of Mocking Weeks just yet. Closes up a little bit under braking through there. Loses it on the exit though. Mocking Weeks, nice and clean corner through. Battersby gets a good run on him as well. Don't think it's going to be enough before this chicane again. It's carrying more speed than Mocking up towards the chicane at the top of the hill. It's not going to be enough to go for a move on him. Unfortunately, we've seen Mocking Weeks taking his time a little bit through that chicane. We've seen him get it wrong through there a couple of times. That's given Battersby the advantage around the, up the inside for Battersby. Now Mocking Weeks all over the tail of him now, looking for that position back down this start-finish straight. Battersby goes a little bit defensive on the run down towards turn 1 then. Now Mocking Weeks' turn to try and get it around the outside through turn 1, hold it next to him, no. Backs off through there, not able to get a wing up the inside into the Mercedes arena. Again, I don't think anybody's going to come in for tyres or fuel in these races either. So back up front, what were you saying, Jay? Monkey's pace is crazy, beyond alien. Well, he is closing back up on Hirokram. It's Monkey Man Macho with fastest lap at the minute, 154.541. So back 3/4 of a second faster than anything that Hirokram's put in so far. Unfortunately, not been able to close that gap down quick enough. Stretches back up to 2.2 seconds at the minute. They are still pulling time over third place Battersby. 9.1 seconds between those two. Mocking Weeks then just trying to hang on to the back end of Battersby for that third position, but he's currently fourth. Madman Marcus into fifth then. Wendigo 6th. Toby right behind him in 7th. Rob S in 8th. Buki 9th. Timosius in 10th, Pleasurecraft in 11th, and Manny in 12th. And unfortunately, we've lost DMK Chalky from race 2. Hirokram then loses a couple of tenths again. But, stretching the limits at the final corner. Do you pick up penalties there? Doesn't look like you do. 2.5 minutes remaining. That'll be 2 laps. Can Hirokram hold on to it? What can Monkey Man Macho do? Can he pile enough pressure on Hirokram? There's another couple of tenths out of him through those couple of corners. Closes up again, 1.5 seconds. Still not within slipstream range of Hirokram. He is starting to close back up. No pens last corner, just gravel. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that last corner. I know the one coming out of the Mercedes arena, everybody takes liberties through there. Hirokram then, yeah, there's those wobbly lobbies. You can see Hirokram just jinking around those corners a little bit. Man Macho then keeping himself in check, takes another couple of tenths out of Hirokram's time. It's down to 1.2 seconds. They've got a lap and a half to go, just under a lap and a half. Still kicking off behind as well, really. Battersby holding on to third. Mocking Weeks fallen off the back of him a little bit, but any kind of mistake will bring Mocking Weeks back into that fight. Bit of a gap back to Madman Marcus as well, 2.5 seconds. Still got Toby for company. Excuse me. Wendigo in 7th then. A little bit far back, 1.5 seconds from Toby. Got 1.5 seconds behind him to Fubuki as well. Rob S in 9th then, 2.2 seconds back from Fubuki. Timosius another 4.2 back. He's giving it a wobble up there. I wonder if he's just run himself off circuit, just trying to clean those tyres off before he hits this chicane. Sitting in 10th then at the minute for Timosius. Pleasurecraft in 11th. Another 5 point, even further back, 6.6 seconds. And Manny, unfortunately, 28, nearly 29 seconds back. Not been a great race 2 for Manny then. Right, Hirakram still leads. That gap not dropped any. It's still at 1.3 seconds between first and second. This is final lap then. Hirakram's just got to keep it on the black stuff. Light grey stuff, as it is. Monkey Man Macho, without a mistake, I don't think he's going to be able to get this position off of Hirakram. He won't be able to close that 1.5 seconds up on a single lap. Not without a mistake from this man here. So didn't get the... Ooh, pushing it through there, Hirakram. A little bit of a wobble on the way out of one of those corners. Could have cost him. Yeah, didn't have a great race one. Got tangled up and fell down the order a little bit. Ended up, where, 5th or 6th, I think he started in this race. Don't get me wrong, it was a good comeback from Hirakram in race 1. Ended up nearly at the back of the pack and pulled his way back up to 5th. So yeah, started 5th on the, 5th from the back for race 2. He's got himself into first position. Round this final corner then for Hirakram, 1.4 seconds lead as he comes up towards the line. Nice comfortable win for Hirakram. Monkey Man Macho taking second, tried everything he could to try and close that gap up on Hirakram, but it just wasn't to be. Real good battle behind as well for third position. Battersby coming home, taking that position in the end. Mocking Weeks coming home in 4th. Was leading for a little bit, but a couple of little mistakes have cost him that. But 4th position anyway. Badman Marcus comes home in 5th. GTP Toby takes 6th. Wendigo takes 7th. Fubuki takes 8th. Rob S takes 9th. We've got Tomosius trying to take 10th. Pleasurecraft takes 11th. And Manny takes 12th. And there we go. The race is done and dusted. So it'll be interesting to see what that does to points next week. We've got one more week left of this one. That will determine overall points. And then we'll get to find out who the best of the best are in terms of the sim racing groups. It's quite a good mix, to be honest, by the looks of it. So there are official results for race 2 then. Hirakram taking the win. Monkey Man Macho 2nd. Battersby in 3rd. Mocking Weeks in 4th. Madman Marcus in 5th. Toby 6th. Wendigo 7th. Fubuki in 8th. Got Rob S in 9th. Tomosius in 10th. Pleasurecraft 11th. Manny in 12th. Yeah, unfortunately we lost DMK Chalky. I don't know what happened to him. Didn't end up finishing this race. I think you started, didn't you, Chalky? Just didn't. Left the lobby or got kicked out. Not sure what happened. But that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So done and dusted for another week. I am back on Sunday night for the P1 boys and their mini league. That's Sunday night at 9 o'clock. I don't know what happened to Chalky. He was. I couldn't even tell you if he started the race, to be honest. Oh no, he did start the race because he was at the front of the pack. He had pole for race 2 because he came in the end. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I know he was getting but probably a little bit bullied by drivers trying to get past him. But I didn't see anyone sort of push him off track or anything. But you know, I could have been looking at a completely wrong part of the circuit. So yeah, I don't know what happened to DMK Chalky, unfortunately. But yeah, we lost him from race 2, and it looks like Hoppity Hop is a second commentator in this lobby tonight. So if you're looking for whatever flag that is, language, or whatever language he's decided to speak it in, then get yourselves over to Hoppity Hop. I don't know what he's streaming on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, I don't know, but do some searches, I'm sure you'll find him. Again, so we've had 2 lobbies running tonight. If the drivers you're looking for weren't in this lobby, they'll be over on Pilgrim Racing on YouTube as well. So the other drivers lobby is being covered by Pilgrim. But yes, that's it from me tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. Some good racing. Again, it was a little bit different race 1 and race 2 with that reverse grid, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's it from me tonight. Back again Sunday night, like I say, 9 o'clock for the P1 boys. Still waiting on the final call for what's happening with the DMK possibly stroke Chewit Racing minis, but we'll see. I don't know what's happening with that. We're trying to sort of get 2 mini leagues running on a Monday. We don't want them to clash, obviously, because I commentate over both of them, and there's actually talk about amalgamating them together. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, 9 o'clock Sunday, I am back for the P1 Mini Boys. Other than that, I'm back on Friday night next week for the final round of this. Let's hope we get some good racing in that one as well. But that's it from me tonight, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.